Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me this morning is Misty Dodge, the finance director for the city of Fitchburg. And as I marked the interview last year and the year before that, we only get her on here a couple times a year. So when we do get her on here, either she's winning an award or she's telling us about your taxes. So I'm going to go with must be award time.
It's tax time also, actually, but we're in the thick of it now. We're towards the end.
Go figure. You'd have to correct me, and we're only 30 seconds into this interview. Misty, thank you for taking the time. This is awesome. The Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, or CAFR, as you've told me, is a pretty special thing. A lot of work going into this, and not to toot your own horn in your department, but you guys rock.
Our department is pretty fantastic. I agree.
So break it down first off. What is this all about?
Yep. So the CAFR, or the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, is basically an audit report with a lot more information in it. So I have it here. It's a pretty thick document. So there's the traditional financial statements that are included. But in order to be a CAFR, it has to include other things, such as management discussion and analysis that goes into a little bit more explanation about why things are the way that they are, not just what the number is, but why. And then my favorite part of this document is towards the back of it, there's actually a statistical section, which has an accumulation of 10 years worth of data to show trends as far as what the city has owned, what our financial performance has been, what our debt levels have been. And you can really see a great picture of the city and how we've changed over the last 10 years through those statistical reports.
Diving in deeper into this, as we're working with people coming into the city and people that want to work with the city of Fitchburg, is this help boost that for potential new businesses or whatever the case may be for coming to Fitchburg?
I think so. There's just a lot of information available. It also includes things like tax rates, which are important for businesses that are considering coming into Fitchburg. Another big user of this document would be people that will lend us money. So the city issues debt in order to do big projects, especially lately Fish Hatchery Road, the fire stations, things like that. We go out to market to borrow that money, and one of the first things that they look at is this CAFR report to see kind of our financial picture. And the fact that we have this report generated is very helpful to them, and then you add the award on top of it, and it just gives that extra layer of accountability, shows that we really care about financial reporting and we care about transparency.
Besides turning in this report, what are some of the things you have to do to be stay up to date with this group in submitting the award?
Yeah, so a lot of it is based on the report. So there's different best practices that have to be incorporated. So putting this together is not just following the law and the principles, the accounting principles, but also the best practices. And that's what the award really looks at, to make sure that the document is readable, it's understandable, and it's transparent. So staying kind of up to date on what the new practices are and what the new policies are is important. Big kudos to our auditors that help us put this all together as well, to make sure that we meet those requirements.
Yeah, we're fairly fortunate. We have a lot of ways that we get things out to the public here through Fact TV, through many different things. And a report like this in the financial world, I would suspect this day and age, is pretty special.
It is. So doing a CAFR is a big accomplishment in its own right, and then to get the award on top of it. So I pulled some statistics, the most recent ones that we have.
Oh, this is a big deal.
Of course, it's numbers related, so we love it. The most recent statistics that are issued are for actually the years before report, so the fiscal year ended 2017, and there are 4,300 of these awards issued throughout the entire country. There's about 2,100 cities across the country that get this award. But if you look at just Wisconsin, there's only 32 cities that receive this award, 62 different entities overall. So it's a very small group of people that are committed to this program, that are committed to the transparency and the importance of making sure that our financial information is available, understandable, and out there.
Wow. That does make it just a tiny bit more special. Yeah, but does it rate, like, as far as who's number one in Wisconsin? I mean, come on.
Not necessarily, so we're in the group for sure. So we must be in the top 2%, because it's 2% of municipalities, or of cities in Wisconsin, get the award.
She's just competitive. That's why I'm just throwing that out there. For a citizen that has never popped open our financial reports, budget, that sort of thing, where would you send them in this report to kind of give them an idea of how this really breaks down?
Yeah, the best place to start would be that management discussion and analysis. It's one of the first documents towards the front of the page after the table of contents and stuff. There's a transmittal letter, which does a good job of doing that really high overview about what the city is and where we're going, kind of on a high note. But then the next narrative piece is that management discussion and analysis, which goes really into the what and the why behind the numbers. And then obviously all of the statements and the notes, disclosures, and all of that are there to support that. But that MD&A is a great place to start.
Well, I think besides saying thank you for putting the report together and your staff, I think it's a great you don't numbers. Wait,
Numbers
I'm
are
going to
awesome.
back that up before I will go down that path. You don't hear a lot from the finance. You hear a lot, but you really don't from behind the scenes. And I think this gives you kind of that behind the scenes look of all the work you're doing in your department. For people who don't know about your department, what's the make of the department, the finance department?
Yep, so I'm the finance director. Then we also have an accounting manager, and then 3 account clerks that help us out, and then a part-time person, and then a couple of LTs during our busy times like utility billing collection and property tax collection time. So we're very cyclical. So right now, as you mentioned before, we're doing property tax collection, and then audit is coming up shortly thereafter, and then you'll hear about us during CIP time and budget time thereafter. So.
Yeah, let me tell you here, as a department head, it never ends. It's and for you guys too, you close one book and another book opens, but you're all doing a wonderful job over there. And congratulations to the city of Fitchburg for again being transparent. I think that's awesome.
That's the important thing, absolutely.
All right, Misty, thank you so much for taking the time. Say hello to everybody, and looking forward to having you on about November or something like that. So till then,
Sounds good.
we'll
Thank
see
you,
ya.
Jeremy.
Yep. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.